Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Roam Overlanding. Today's episode is sponsored, and our sponsor for today is Surfshark. I'll tell you a little bit more about them later. We're downhill for about 600 meters through this fog and the rain. Petrol lights flashing. Just another day in Roam Overlanding world.
Our road trip for the day would begin in the rain and the mist. And it would end in the rain and the mist. It was a spectacular drive for sure, but definitely a bit nerve-wracking at times. But I have no problem taking it slow and steady with the caravan in tow too. But descending into Hogsback through the mist and verdant green trees was pretty damn perfect. I was really excited for what lay ahead, because Hogsback is a town renowned for adventure. And our home for the next few days plays an integral part in it all.
So we have arrived at our amazing campsite for the night. We're staying at a place called Away with the Fairies in Hogsback. We had quite a stressful drive here. We've arrived quite late in the afternoon, and we are gonna get some amazing pizza and have a couple beers at their little bar here, and that is what we are doing tonight. And tomorrow we will take on the day with a little bit of a rest and a de-stress. We want to maybe do some walks and see what we can figure out around here. Maybe have a bath. They do this amazing bath with the view and things like that. It might be cool. Whatever. We just here to play around and have a bit of fun and see what we can do. We've been having a little bit of a slow morning, getting used to the environment. It's very wet and damp here, but the weather seems to have cleared up beautifully, so we're just making a nice little breakfast, got some omelets going, boiling some potatoes for later. We're gonna go for a nice little walk and see what we can explore around in the forests around here. Apparently there's some big tree to go and look at and some waterfalls and all sorts of things. So I think we got a bit of fun ahead of us today. So I want to show you the little backpack that I've been using. It's a little day pack I got from First Ascent. It's got a 3-liter hydration pack in it. I can hold my walking sticks. I can put in, I've got a down jacket in there. I've got a raincoat. I've got some snacks, an Energizer, my little tripod for my camera, and I can still keep my camera in there as well if it does start raining. I've used this when I go cycling. Using it now, we're going to go for a little walk. And it's really nice. It's lightweight. Doesn't get all like sticky on my back. It's got like a nice breathable setup at the back there. And yeah, I must say it's been really nice to have like a dedicated backpack. I normally use stuff like camera bags and things like that, and they're just not really suited to it. But yeah, it's called a Flint. It's a 25-liter, and so far it's working quite nicely. But we are ready, we all packed up, and we are going to go for a little walk to go and find the big tree and go and see the Madonna and Child Falls. So let's see how it goes.
As far as challenges go, I was unknowingly embarking on my greatest one yet. And no true challenge is without its beauty, its doubt, its self-reflection, and well-deserved joy. Hogsback is known as a town that inspired J.R.R. Tolkien and The Lord of the Rings. Whether true or not though, I felt like I'd stepped through a portal into a magical world. There is just something awesome about being part of this vivid paradise for a couple of hours. This is what it's all about, being fully immersed and in awe of nature. Lush, beautiful rainforests, littered with thousands of little mushrooms, mosses, insects, and massive trees and tumbled rocks. A truly spectacular little piece of the world. It's such a blessing to have access to these types of places, and it just does something special for your soul.
I think we're going to stop, have a little bit of lunch. It's about 1:30 or so now. We've had almost 2 hours of hiking so far. Potato time.
When we first arrived in Hogsback, I was really questioning what all of the hype was about. But this was the moment right here where I was like, oh, I get it. This is incredible. And I just wanted to keep exploring.
Okay, so we thought we came across the big tree, and we're not sure if we did or not. But then we found this tree, and it's got a fence around it, and it's called the Eastern Cape Monarch, and it is estimated to be 800 years old, and puts that other tree that we saw pretty much to shame.
As we got deeper and deeper into the forest, I was starting to get a bit tired, and I decided let's skip the Madonna and Child Falls and take the shorter Swallotail Falls route back up to the main road. Well, remember that challenge I mentioned earlier? This is where things were about to get very interesting for us.
I can hear there's a waterfall nearby. I think we're pretty close. And I think we're also quite close to the exit of this trail. But it's really been really epic walking through here. Absolutely beautiful. The scenery is incredible. Unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's really spectacular.
There's just a magical carrot on a stick thing about waterfalls, isn't there?
We found our waterfall. It's quite a climb back up to the road, but we got the last little bit to go, and then we're up at the road. It's quite a workout. I promise that although this place is beautiful, it's not a walk in the park. It is quite physically stressful. I don't even know how I'm going to get up here. I have no idea what I would do without these trekking poles, because I'm not a very well balanced person, and they have been absolutely essential the whole time. Whew. Almost there. So we made it all the way to those waterfalls, and pretty sure we were maybe 100 meters away from the exit to the road, but it was just vertical 80-degree gradients, slippery rocks and branches and tree roots and everything. And we just made the call to turn around and go all the way back the way we came. But I think I kind of exhausted myself out that side. It was just so difficult. And there were a good couple of times where, you know, you slip and you just feel your heart just go. And luckily nothing horrible happened, but it felt like it did almost a couple times. So we're going to just go back the way we came. It's quite a climb all the way back to the camp, but at least we know the road. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back there in about an hour and a half or so. It's already about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so we might very well be walking in the dark. But I did bring a torch with me. So yeah, this is going to be fun. So today's sponsor is Surfshark, and I just want to give them a massive shout out for sponsoring today's episode. They've been sponsoring us for a little bit now, and I really appreciate it. So for those of you who do not know who Surfshark is and what they do, they are actually a VPN service. So they actually create a barrier and encrypt all of your information from the internet, from people on public Wi-Fi where you are broadcasting all of your information out to a public network. They're going to encrypt and protect all of your information. So it's going to protect your banking information, your passwords for your social media, all of that stuff. Plus, you can also set yourself to be in another country. So you can set it that the internet sees you from the US, from the UK. You can access your Netflix, you can access your Hulu or whatever streaming service you're using from other countries. They also have a clean web feature, which sort of neatens up your browsing experience a bit. And it takes away a bunch of those nasty little ads all over your screen when you're browsing. And it also is going to help prevent companies from tracking all of your information. So if you are interested in signing up with Surfshark, you can head to the link below and you can use the checkout code ROAM
for 83% off of your subscription and 3 additional months. Anyways, guys, just want to say thanks again so much to Surfshark for sponsoring the show, and let's get back to the action.
Okay, so we made it back to the campsite. After 7 hours and 11 kilometers, it was supposed to be a 3K, 3.5 hour trek. I'm finished. I'm so glad I've been doing my cycling and I've been practicing and did a little hike in the Drakensberg and just been kind of being committed to working on my fitness, because if I didn't, this would have been even worse. But it was really tough, but it was beautiful. It was so, so beautiful. And I think you guys can see from the footage and everything. It's amazing, but I don't think this place is for sissies. You gotta really be strong. And you know, this area is famous for doing the Amatola Trail, which is 6 days, 20 kilometers a day, and it's rough. So if this was just a little taste, this is just like 1 day, and we only did half that distance, yeah, this area is for pros. And the mountain bike trails there, no ways that is even possible. But I've got a long way to go on this journey. But I'm telling you now, I'm going to be in that bar smashing a few beers and another pizza, very well deserved. But first, I am covered in mud and blood and everything, and I need a damn shower. I will probably see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Well, this is where I'm ending today's story. I'm about to have a bubble bath. Rest my broken body after yesterday's crazy hike. Today has just been chilling around the camp, doing some chores, cleaning the fridge, cleaning clothes, all of that stuff, just catching up and getting ready for our next adventure. Next week we are going to be doing a walk around of the actual caravan, and I'm going to be giving you my final thoughts on the review before going and dropping the caravan off. So it's been a really great adventure so far, and I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing a very different side to you know, me, the channel, all of that stuff, and I hope you've enjoyed coming on this journey with me. It's been really cool, it's been very eye-opening and educational for me, and I hope it has for you too. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you next week on the next episode of Roam Overlanding. Anyways, for now, cheers, and I'll catch you next week Sunday.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's adventure, and I want to give a massive shout out to my awesome Patreon members who stick by me week after week and help make these videos happen. And if you guys would like to actually support the channel and keep the adventure alive, you should consider joining us. Anyways, I'll catch you next week. Cheers!